All right, good to see you again. We're going to take a look at a classic jazz standard today by Duke Ellington, Johnny Mercer, and Billy Strayhorn, called Satin Doll. This is sort of one of those classic jazz standards that many guitar players have played. And so the first thing that we're going to take a look at is just really foundational rhythm chord types, systems. And so D minor 7, first one, root on 5th string chord, D minor 7. And then G7, root on 6. It does that twice. And then we take that same chord and move it up 2 frets for E minor 7, A7. So now we're already 4 measures into the tune as far as the rhythm goes. All right, so those are the chord voicings that are nice and easy to use, and each one of those is a 2/5 progression. 2 chord in the key of C is D minor, right? G7, 2 chord, right? It's 5 chord, I mean. And then E minor 7 is the 3 chord in C major. By the A7 is a secondary dominant chord, and we could say that is leading to D minor, and probably, we could say it's out of D minor, or we could say it's out of D major. Okay, so again, 2/5, 2/5. Now, different set of chords. We have this A minor to D7, A flat minor to D flat 7, and then to a resolution of the C. Okay, and then we're from the C, we're just sort of going up the chords in the key of C. 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chords, secondary dominant leading to the D minor, which is back at the top, second A. Even though I'm using these simple rhythm chords, I'm always cognizant of where my bass note is. I'm right now I'm just using a pick, and so what I'm getting at is I'm always aware of making those bass notes right stand out. So I'm not just clubbing away at all 6 strings all the time. I'm actually selecting the, I'm listening for those bass notes. Okay, just getting silly there. Okay, so that's that. So here we have A minor 7 to D7 is a 2/5, right, in the key of G, and then here we have A flat minor 7 to D flat 7, which is a 2/5 in the key of G flat, and then we return back to the C. Now, let's say we're at C at the second ending, right there, C major 7. There's a bunch of different stuff that you could do there at that turnaround point, but we're not going to look at that right now. We're just going to look at just what's on the chart. Okay, and then we go to 2/5-2/5 in F. We can use these same chords that we used, here before, right? So the same voicings. And then F way down here. And there are, that F is sort of static, just sort of sitting there in this chart. There's other things that you could do there. You could climb up, right? Or you could use inversions of that F chord around. But I'm just trying to stick to the basics right now. And then A minor 7, D7. So it's that same little trick happens again, right? We just go up a tone like we did at the beginning, right? And then up a tone. When you see these things, it becomes so much easier to memorize. So here we have the 2, 5 in F. And then we have a 2, 5 in G, up a tone. Right, and then G. Right. That's all there is to that. And then we repeat again. Same deal, right? Down a semitone. Secondary dominant leading back up to the top. So now, what about the form of this tune? The form of the tune is, let's count the measures: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So right up to here, and then we repeat that same 8. So we call that first section A section, and so we have A and an A again. And the second time we take the second ending, and the second ending leads us to the middle section, which we'll call the B section. So we have A, middle section, B, and then down at the end, one more time, we restate the A section. So this is called A, B, A, 32 measure form, most common, most common of all. 32 measure song form, A, B, A. Why do you need to know this stuff? I just want to play guitar. Because you need to be able to memorize tunes, internalize tunes, know them backwards, forwards, and upside down. So to recap, what we had here was a 2-5-2-5 moving up a tone, right? 2-5-2-5, and then the A minor 7, D7. And then A flat minor, D flat 7, and then resolving to the C major, right? Pretty straightforward. And then we just do a little climb up C major. But there's a whole bunch of stuff that you could do in that turnaround section there, because there's nothing going on with the melody. So you don't have to really worry about getting in the way of the melody. There's lots of nice different turnarounds you can. You could, do diminished chords, or you can do one. Well, there's just tons of different possibilities, and the idea is to work out turnarounds that you like. Turnarounds are a really great opportunity to sort of add signatures that are yours. Okay. So the point of this is a foundational way of beginning to learn a tune. So what we did is we comped our way through it. We're recognizing where the keys are, where the modulations are, where the chord changes are. We're sort of figuring out what we're going to do on the fretboard. And then at this point, what you have to do is memorize it, right? You just memorize the chord progression and be able to play it seamlessly from top to bottom, as if you're accompanying another instrumentalist, right? Great place to start, because it gives you it starts to build a foundation, and this is the kind of learning that you should do with every standard that you learn, and every song that you learn, right? You have to go over it and over it and over it until it makes sense to you. Now, we haven't touched on the melody. We haven't touched on how to solo over this, and I'm going to do that in a second video while you learn this and memorize it. Okay, it shouldn't take you all that long. Make sure to recognize the 2/5s. This is full of 2/5s as you can see, right? C major, D major, or D minor, G major, 2/5 in G major, 2/5 in G flat major, and then 2/5 in F major. Yeah, holy smokes, 2/5 in G major. It's like a study in 2/5s, isn't it? Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by, and make sure to like and subscribe. That helps me to know if I'm doing anything of any value here. And also leave comments and questions, because they're great. Gives me an idea of what you're looking for and what you need, and that's why I'm here, right? Okay, thanks for dropping by. Check out the next video of Satin Doll, which is going to take a slightly closer look at things from a solo perspective.